Welcome to another episode of You Both Suck. I'm Kunal Aurora.
It's your girl, Dara Pollock.
Little switch up. I like it. All right.
I just always notice that you say, it's your boy, Kunal. And honestly, a lot of people who have podcasts, they do that. It's always like, it's your boy, it's your girl. And I'm like, all right,
I'm mocking
well.
all of them.
All right,
Yeah,
well.
so, you know.
Okay, still.
I know.
Yeah.
But I will say this to the people that have reviewed and rated and subscribed, thank you. To those that have not.
You suck.
Well, yeah. I mean, realistically, yeah. That's really just the nicest way to put it. And you can change that. It takes no money and it takes 4 seconds.
Literally.
Okay? Hit review and write one.
We know you have the time.
Yeah.
You're sitting there scrolling Instagram, doom scrolling on the toilet.
We're
You can
all-
take a second and hit the 5-star button.
Yeah.
I know you can do that.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Right. There we go. So do that.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
I'm not having the best day.
When you aren't having a good day,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like, what are your habits?
I mean, like, in the case of today, I don't even really have a reason. I'm just, like, in a funk. You know, like, some days you just...
General funker is fine.
It's just, like, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I didn't sleep well and, like, literally just woke up just in a weird kind of mood. And I've been trying to lift myself out of it. But, yeah, I mean, I tried, like, you know, working out. I tried meditating. I tried doing my affirmations. I did everything that, like, I would typically do. And I don't know, just, like, kind of a shit mood today.
So then how do you soothe?
So usually the thing that sucks is like my methods of soothing, of self-soothing come in the form of like isolation a little. Like I have to sit in my room.
You're like a dog on its last days.
Kind of.
You hide in the woods and then just
hide.
die comfortably?
Yes.
Jesus.
I hide in my room.
Yeah.
I put on like lo-fi
Yeah.
or something like, because usually for me when I also am in a bad mood like this, I get anxiety. So I get kind of like in that, you know, it's anxiety. It's like you feel like kind of jittery, but
Sure,
like
yeah, I know what
nervous
anxiety
and yeah, I was like,
I
I shouldn't have to explain it.
No,
but
I understand that. I'm wondering, like, you know, because like some people will get drunk, some people will eat.
Oh no,
You know
no,
what
no!
I mean?
I
Like,
can't eat anything when
you can't eat it when you're anxious.
No.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm anxious, food is like sandpaper to me. I feel like I have trouble chewing. It's like a process I can't. I'm too jittery for it. Like I can't do it. I can eat when I'm like sad maybe or like stressed out. Stressed
Sure.
out is different to me than anxiety, if that
Right.
makes sense. So it's like I can't do that.
Girl, if I had that, girl, I would love to not be.
Really?
Oh, when I'm anxious.
What do you eat?
Oh, your boy goes to town. You want to talk about your boy? Your boy
Okay.
rocks and rolls. We're talking the other day, okay? Waffle fries.
Ooh.
Bag of chips.
Wait, plain waffle fries?
What do you mean?
Like just plain waffle fries?
Like
no
what?
cheese on them?
No, I mean, I was at a deli, so
Okay.
they, you know what I mean?
All right.
So I'm just like making do with that.
Okay.
All right. And when I get home, I'll make a sriracha mayo.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, and
That
then
works.
ranch as well on the side as well, too. A little dipping sauce.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, you need
Yeah.
like a condiment.
Oh, no, of
or
course.
something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I can't expect the place that I went to take care of it the way that I like.
Sure.
Plus, I'm
get
already
that.
suffering, so it's time to go, you know? I also got myself a sandwich, and we're talking not a fried chicken cutlet, you know, bacon, onions, banana peppers,
Yum.
pepper jack cheese, chipotle mayo, a little bit of hot sauce.
You go really, really hard on like overdoing the flavor.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's too much.
If I'm feeling
It's too much.
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Get out of my sandwich.
I'm just saying,
Okay?
it's like pepper jack,
Yeah.
bacon,
Yes.
chipotle mayo,
Yes.
banana pepper. It's
Yeah.
like so much like extra. It's so extra.
We're not in Flavor Town.
Yeah.
We're in Flavor City.
Yeah.
Okay? It's bigger than
Flavor country. Makes more sense.
I meant the density of the flavor. That's
Sure.
why it's the city. See what I'm saying? Because a town is small.
I
But
don't
it's
think
like
of it that
I
way.
go in. I'm
Okay.
going in. I want to
Fine.
taste everything. We'll like take a bag of barbecue twists and crush them up and throw them into the sandwich
Yeah,
as well.
see, that's so much.
That is
Feels
exactly
like
what
a
I'll
lot.
do because I'm anxious.
Okay.
And it's time to.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
no,
chew. I'm ravenous.
Literally, I can't chew. Like that's
Really?
how I feel. Like if
Oh.
I'm anxious and I have to eat something, like today I had a protein bar because it was
Right.
soft and I could just kind of mush it in my mouth and kind of just, but literally
You become like a
swallowing it is, like-
geriatric.
yeah, like a smoothie
Yeah.
and a protein bar. bar. Like I'll get my Ensure and I'll just like be drinking that.
No, I'm in.
can't.
I am going full. I had mozzarella sticks the other day, and a bag of Doritos, and then the Ben and Jerry's Americone Dream.
That's a good one.
That's a good one,
That's
right?
a good one.
Yeah, it has fudge covered waffle pieces.
Yeah, and I also do like the Jimmy Fallon late night snack if they still make that, because that's chocolate covered potato chips.
Oh wow,
it's really good.
Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm a stress eater.
Yeah, well, see that again though. I think for me it's different. Stress eating is different than anxiety eating.
Right.
So
right.
I'm a stress eater as well. And
Sure.
you named a bunch of things that I would absolutely crush, like mozzarella sticks and Doritos is probably my favorite chip if I had to pick one.
Absolutely,
it's like top 3.
100%.
Cheese or Cool Ranch, or a spicy sweet chili. The purple bag.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't decide between nacho cheese and Cool Ranch.
It's tough.
It's tough to decide, and it's
tough.
mood based.
Yep,
But
I
I
agree.
will say this though: sweet chili. And this is the thing: when I was younger, and by younger I mean like maybe 4 months ago, I used to judge. I used to think sweet chili is trash. It's garbage.
Oh, it's so
but
good.
sweet chili is a combination, sort of the two. And so I get it. I personally don't like it. I would
Really?
prefer one or the other. Sweet chili, you know what sweet chili reminds me of? Sweet chili Doritos reminds me of when they put peanut butter and jelly in the same jar.
But they don't taste like that to me. Like it's an interesting way to put it. Like combining the cheese and Cool Ranch. I can see it a little, but to me, it's still a different flavor.
It is a different flavor because it's combined, sure. But it's like,
but they are sweet also. I feel like there's no sweet element.
I don't like it. I prefer give me the nacho cheese, give me the ranch, give me the spicy nacho cheese, and sometimes I've tried the flaming ranch, gross.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Yeah, flaming anything's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Chips shouldn't be punishment.
Yeah, I agree.
We need
with
to
that.
relax.
I agree.
But yeah, so I understand. Like, I'm not just a stress eater. I'm an anxiety eater.
Okay.
I'm a depression eater.
Yeah.
I'm a like, oh, this story coming back to me. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now.
I knew
Eater.
that was coming.
Yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah, no, so okay.
This is how you maintain, I think, between your portion control and you don't eat when you're anxious.
Yeah.
That's how you are, I think, why you look the way that you look.
Probably, yeah.
I think it contributes at the least.
I'm sure it does, but I think
Yeah.
it's mostly the portion control because
Right.
honestly, if this was my like something I dealt with on a weekly basis, I would be seeking out like medication for it.
Well, of course, of course. What's like the most
you know.
disgustingest sandwich that you've ever put together? Because I have one that I think is like bonkers. If you want to take a second to mull it
I
over.
don't know that I have any off the top of my head, so you can go ahead.
I got you, girl. Don't worry about it. You get a roll. You hollow it out because we don't got time to waste space. Okay? That's what we're doing. You get a Jamaican beef patty. Open that puppy up. Throw some bacon. Throw some avocado. Now that's in the sandwich. On top of the sandwich, you get buffalo chicken turkey. You know, the buffalo flavor.
Yeah.
That. Then you throw my banana peppers. They're back in the mix. Onions back in the mix. Chipotle mayo back in the mix.
Wait.
The bacon and avocado is already in the beef patty. Then we'll throw pepperoni as well into the sandwich. Then take a half bag of crushed spiced nacho Doritos and then put that in the sandwich as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's insane. That's a lot. That's doing too much, I think, but you know, you do you.
Of course,
Did
girl.
you say buffalo chicken turkey? You mean buffalo chicken, like the sliced buffalo chicken, the cold cut.
The cold cut.
But
yes.
it's chicken.
Oh,
It's not
chicken.
turkey.
Oh, it's not. You're right. It's not turkey. It's chicken.
Right. It's like buffalo chicken. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Not a big fan of that. I don't know why in cold cut form I don't need it. Honey maple turkey though is where
Honey
it's
maple
at.
turkey
I love
is how you rock?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the glazed honey maple.
I've
turkey.
actually avoided sliced meats now for like a little while.
Okay.
Because I've read that it's like pure cancer. So I'm like, I can't get into that.
I'm all over cold cuts. I don't care.
You
Love
know,
it.
yeah, you're in on it still?
All in.
All right, well,
All
fair
in.
enough.
Team cold cuts
Yeah.
forever.
Team cold cuts.
That is a ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah, I
oh,
like
but
it, though.
actually, the only sandwich that comes to mind is something I did when I was a kid. I think I actually told you about this, but it was a while ago.
Hit me.
So my dad did not cook,
Yeah.
growing up,
Right.
and he had to go like into the office for like an emergency or something. So I had to fend for myself to make lunch at his apartment, and there was nothing really in the house. So I made a sandwich out of white bread,
Yeah.
ranch dressing,
Okay.
croutons, and
Yes.
bacon bits.
It's coming back to me that you told me this before, and I remember making fun of you because it sounds so depressing.
Yeah, but you also, I think you said it. You didn't think it was that bad.
It's not that bad though. It's not that bad because
it's insane. It's bread on bread with bacon.
I know, but like croutons are like a different style. Like you can say that it's like carb on carb is like whatever.
I don't know. It's
like,
gross.
It's like when people throw mashed potatoes in a sandwich. Like, should we be so mad about it?
No, that's delicious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So to me, I look at croutons they used to be bread.
Yeah,
they've evolved.
They've hardened.
They've hardened.
They've gotten hardened by life.
Exactly.
Like us,
croutons
basically.
are the jail of bread.
Yeah.
They've spent time, hard time, and became what they became.
But then you're basically it's like eating
triple bread sandwich.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm
with bacon
for,
bits.
But then the bacon bits. We're talking bacon bits or not,
Bacos.
or like you just like bacon that you fried up.
We're talking bacos.
Bacos.
Kind in the.
Ooh,
do you remember bacos?
God, that's so sad.
That's what I'm saying.
That's so sad. It's still a sad sandwich, but I'm gonna be honest. I think white bread, ranch dressing, any cheese or no cheese?
No.
Okay, white. I'm sorry.
Don't try to make it better. It's not gonna help.
I'm sorry. I tried to fancy it. I gussied it up a bit. I think that white bread, ranch dressing, croutons, and bacos.
Yeah.
As a child, how old were you?
I don't know, maybe 10, 11.
That's a great
something
sandwich.
Like that. I don't know.
I
That's
think it's a great
crazy.
sandwich.
I mean, I guess I appreciate
I'd eat it now, I think.
The accolades. Should we try it?
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, absolutely.
Do they still make bacos?
I think the FDA caught on.
I loved bacos.
Yeah, bacos sounds horrible.
I would do this with bacos.
Yeah, you know what?
For those who can't see, I would pour it into my hand and just take like a bunch of them to the face.
You know what bacos remind me of? You know when you have like a grinder for weed?
Yeah.
And the stuff that falls through the grinder?
The shake?
Yeah. The keef?
Yes.
Yes. Bacos are the keef of regular bacon.
Yeah, pretty much.
They somehow they were like on the bottom end.
But they were so fake, but it was just delicious.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's probably my most disgusting sandwich that I can think of. I know I've done worse probably, but not that I can think of right now.
Oh, for me, a Jamaican beef patty in a sandwich.
Yeah, that's a little weird to me. I gotta be honest, I'm not against it. I bet if I was like hungover, just like tired or stressed when I want to eat something disgusting, I bet I would still eat it and enjoy it, but it's not ever something I would think
Have
to
you
put
ever
together.
had a Jamaican beef patty on cocoa bread?
No, but that sounds delightful. Cocoa bread's wonderful.
It's a thing that people do. It's like very big in the Caribbean community.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal.
I think I saw it when I was in Barbados, actually.
When you when you get hammered a little too far, because your limits are now changing.
Exactly.
As we get older.
It's 3 drinks at this point.
Right? So it's like when that happens, you let me know.
Okay.
I will show up.
Okay.
Cocoa bread, Jamaican beef patty, Sango.
All right.
Or we're gonna go nuts on that.
I would try it.
Yeah,
I would not kick it out of bed.
Well, yeah, of course not. I was stressed as hell a little bit a while ago. Me and my girl got into a bit of a fight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, we're talking. It's fine. Well, it was my stupidity, and she knows it.
Okay.
And so we're coming back from. She's telling me she was like online waiting to get a lobster roll. Mm-hmm. We're at the beach, right? Okay. I'm doing this for her.
Right.
I'm not out here.
Yeah, you don't like the beach.
Exactly.
Right.
I can't stand it. So it's like, you know what? I'm doing this for her. She's getting a lobster roll, and there's like a band playing or whatever. And I mean, this is just us talking, right? I gave the band money before they started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a Sunday.
Did you have to pay for like a ticket?
No, you didn't. They were just like
so like a tip.
Yeah, I tipped them before they started.
Okay.
And the guy was like, "What if we suck?" And I go, "Don't."
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like, you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like he goes, and he's like, "Well, what are you? Are you a musician?" I was like, "No, I'm a comic." And he goes, "That's even harder." And I go, "Man, don't talk yourself out of the money."
He was probably just feeling bad or awkward.
Yeah, I know, but
I wouldn't know what to do in that situation either. I'd probably feel the same.
I asked for their Venmo because they didn't have that readily available. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, and the guy's like I was going to put 20.
Yeah.
And then he just kept talking to me. And I was like, I got to give him 15.
Oh, you cut it down.
I cut it down because he was talking. It was too much. I was like, dude, what are you saying all this for?
Yeah.
Less is more here.
Right.
I'm trying to
just shut up and take the money.
Shut up and take the money. You're playing Sunday outside.
Right.
On no coverage. They're out in the sun.
Okay.
So my girl's getting lobster rolls. We eat lobster rolls. We do the beach, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're on our way back, and she's like, when I was online, I just saw a bunch of women dressed like me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, because you're basic.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
are you serious?
Yeah. I called her basic, and she was like, I'm not basic. And I go, honey, please.
Oh my God.
I was like, listen, outside of like your job stuff, like you're basic. Like
Oh, no.
And she's like, you're basic. And I go, no, I'm not.
I mean,
well,
no.
And I go, how am I? She goes, you listen to Fall Out Boy. I go, you're grasping at straws here. You're reaching. You're reaching for dear life.
You listen to Fall Out Boy.
That's such an insane thing to say to somebody. That'd be like, oh, you're basic because you listen to Fall Out Boy. I go, listen, I am.
Sure.
I can't think of anyone like me.
But okay. But also to say somebody's basic based on the way they dress is
wrong.
also
it's mean. It's
similar.
Mean. Yeah,
similar vibe though too.
Similar vibe, right? And it's just like I think that. And then she starts like, it was wrong for me to say.
But here's the thing, you meant it. Because I thought when you said it at first that must have been a joke.
Right. Well, I kind of meant it.
Right.
And then, and then she's like, oh, could I play music? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then she ends up playing Taylor Swift. And I go, case in point.
First of all, that was a huge misstep on her part. She should have absolutely keyed up Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to sit here and talk about...
You want to poke at somebody. See, that's what you got to do.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if she did that, I would have lost it in the most funniest way.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have been like, well played.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
but
if you're gonna attack, go for it.
Yeah.
But then she just played Taylor Swift, and I go, you want to just do my argument for me?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I mean, that's true.
But I shouldn't have called her basic, and I think that was like...
Yeah, no, that's not okay. I get very offended if somebody says that. I think anybody would.
Yeah, I know.
Like, here's the thing. I think all girls have a hint of basic in them.
Yes.
It comes out in different ways.
Yeah, big hats.
Goofy hats.
Yeah.
The goofy hats. Yeah, I hate those.
Big on brunches.
I did the goofy hat for my 40th birthday picture, but other than that, I typically don't wear them.
Right.
But I have certain
Big
things.
hats. So, I mean,
yeah, you have ponchos. Let's be serious.
I have ponchos. I've got big.
Yeah.
I become a whole different race.
Well, that's like
I'm like that woman that goes to Jamaica
and gets the
I
braid.
get the beads.
You get the bead, the
I
braid.
come back.
Yeah.
I go.
You're Monica in that episode of Friends when she comes back with the braids.
I'll say an occasional "Iman."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, stop. But everyone has a hint of basic. It just comes out in different ways. Like my version of basic, I think, is like probably when it comes to like my food stuff and my photos, probably like loves me some avocado toast, you know, and I'm going to take some photos of it. Also just some of my outfits for sure.
A good
definitely.
avo toast.
Love an avo toast.
Love an avo toast. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else, but like there's things about me that at points in time you could absolutely be like, you're basic when it comes to that.
100%.
But for the most part, I don't think I actually am. And
nobody wants to be called
Nobody
basic.
wants to be called it.
Yeah.
No one wants to think that they are.
Everybody wants to feel unique and individual and rare.
Right.
And they're a gem. And I had messed up. And I was just like, I just kind of looked at it and I was like, yeah, you are. I guess.
Did you apologize?
I think I did. But it's like, I think what happened was I'd spent the entire like day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I woke up early. I did the dishes. I cleaned the apartment. I packed the car for the beach, and then when she woke up, I go, we're going to the beach. I made breakfast. I did this.
Nice.
I did all this stuff, and I think that like I was now tired.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, when I get tired, I'm like the worst.
Yeah.
I'm like those cats that like just lounge.
I mean, that's all cats, but
right.
yes.
But then like, you know how sometimes they'll attack you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, and you didn't even know. Like, yo, I thought you were half sleeping.
Yeah. Well, but that's also, it sucks because it feels a little like you may have negated a lot of the good work that you did earlier in the day.
You're right. You're right.
Not like completely.
Not completely.
But it would leave a bad taste in my mouth.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It does do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't get to the finish line, turn around and punch someone in the mouth.
Exactly.
You just can't.
Exactly. You were doing so well.
I know.
Up until that point.
God damn it, I'm an idiot.
It was such a nice day up until then.
I know.
It sounded like anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I was killing it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was just tired.
But what do you feel though about like that kind of a situation where maybe you can't get to a resolve necessarily. You just have to say you're sorry and then somebody makes a joke. Are you somebody who can, because I feel like men are better at this than women. And I actually feel like our submission is a little bit about this. Like men can switch the like gears when it comes to that stuff.
Oh, the snapback.
Faster than women.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
I call that the snapback.
What's the snapback?
Like basically I'll be in a fight. And then if I realize I'm wrong or if I realize that this is stupid, I can get back to normal.
Okay.
In like seconds.
Yeah, no, not me.
Yeah, and I think
women in general.
I think women take a little longer than that
Yes.
because Dina has once said to me while we were fighting, not this particular situation, and we don't fight often.
Yeah.
She had said to me, like, I was like, oh my God, I was wrong here. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Right. And then I'd realized where I had messed up. And then I'm like operating like we're all good.
Yeah.
And then she's like still talking to me about it. I go, what are you still talking to me about this for?
No.
I thought we're over this. I thought this has been resolved. And she goes, you resolve this.
Right.
You're okay. I'm still mad. And I go, why? And she goes, because it's how I feel. And I go, oh, yeah. You're allowed to feel that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that it comes a time, like, that's what I was trying to say is, like, I've been in situations where I'm like, okay, we've been going back and forth about this for a while. Now is the time to make a joke. That's why when I was saying, like, the putting on music, I would have put on Fall Out Boy.
100%.
That would have been my way of being like, all right, we can joke about this now.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to get anywhere. It's done. But, like, if it happens too soon, it just makes me that much more angry.
Hard because you got to be able to, you got to feel it out.
You got to know.
Yeah, you got to know when to drop the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that we'd pulled into a parking lot because I wanted to get, we passed by New Park Pizza.
Okay.
So I wanted to get a slice. And like I had it cut in half, and I thought she was gonna take like a bite or two, and then she ended up eating her whole half of the slice. We were already kind of full from the lobster rolls, and like I was giving her shit about it, and we started laughing about it. And it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was all well and good,
right?
Yeah,
but so you have to feel out those moments.
You got to feel it out. Yeah, you can't just immediately put the Band-Aid on and then just start acting like this cut's already healed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, not for me. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think that kind of lends into what we were talking about the submission for today.
Yes.
So you want to get into that?
Let's do that.
I'm having a good time. I'm always having a good time when I'm hanging with you.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I get so irritated with society and the world and even sometimes your nonsense. And I go, and then you and I hop on the mics.
Yeah.
And it feels like relief.
I do think it helps. That's why I even said to you, because like I knew, actually, this is funny too. When you were texting me about like today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet he can tell that I'm just not in a good mood.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
But the thing is,
I'm reading these texts and I go, and this is.
But I wasn't taking it out on you.
You weren't.
It's a difference. I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing.
100%. Yeah. Not even remotely taking it out on me. But I will say this though, I could feel that something was up, but I didn't want to say anything via text.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let me not assume. I feel this way that something's wrong with her.
Right.
But I'll just see if she says something, or I'll just see if she brings it up when I come through.
Exactly. Because at first I was going to do that.
Yeah.
Because the reason I didn't say anything immediately is because I was just too busy. I was like trying to get shit done. So I was like, I don't have time to text him that I'm having a shit day right now. But then I told you via text, I was like, just in case it wasn't like blatantly obvious, I'm not having the best day. And you were like, it was.
Yeah.
But I did say also, I was like, I'm hoping that doing the pod will lift me out of it, because usually this brings me back down to like earth a little bit. And it just kind of gets me out of my head, which is the thing you need to do ultimately. Like when you deal with anxiety, as I do and a lot of people do, getting out of your own way and getting out of your head is usually like the way to self-soothe, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps with that. But
good.
Anyway.
All right, cool. Girl, we doing it.
Yeah. This submission is from Reddit, but I thought it was a good one, so we're going to roll with that. My husband worked 15 and a half hours today. I worked 9.5. I tried to make things less stressful for him when he got home. I made dinner, but it didn't turn out so great. Then I left him to his devices to wind down from the day. We were doing our own things for a while. Then I decide that I'm going to go to bed. I figured that he'd be up for a bit longer, so I go to him at his computer while he's playing a game to say goodnight. I ask for a long hug and kiss. Before, he says he has to do something in the game. The game is Haven and Hearth, by the way. Totally not time sensitive. He was just chopping wood, but he was like, I have to start chopping this tree so it'll be down when I'm done saying goodnight. I was kind of annoyed because like, just not play the game for a second and hug me. Then right when he starts hugging me, he turns with one arm still around my waist to press some button to drink water to keep chopping wood. And that pissed me off. He couldn't take 1 minute, not even 1 minute, to say goodnight to me without playing the game. When he did that, I tried to pull his hand away from the keyboard in a playful way because I was smiling, but he raised his voice at me for doing that. That's when I pushed away from him and was like, no, I'm not doing that. Then he threw his hands up in an exasperated way and said I was being unreasonable and it just took 2 seconds to press the button and I shouldn't have tried to pull his hand away. I tried explaining that I wanted his undivided attention, which I thought was apparent when I asked for a hug and kiss to say goodnight. He said I turned what should have been downtime into a conflict when he's tired from working. I'm genuinely wondering if I'm being unreasonable here. I have anxiety and I feel crazy telling myself that it's not my fault, and then overanalyzing the whole conversation again to blame myself.
Ah, she's got anxiety.
Yes, she does.
Hey, look at that. I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I know this is like so minor, but this really, who needs a hug before they go to bed? Go to hell.
I mean, from the guy who gets real bent out of shape over not using the word good before night.
Let me tell you something. You know what?
Here
we go. Let me say something about this. I've been meaning to talk about this for a second. When you say good morning, when you say good night, good afternoon, you got to put good. Okay, because if you don't, you just come. It's like, I know it's morning. I know it's afternoon. I know it's night. But if you're not wishing me a good one, why are we even here? We're not even humans anymore. We're just animals. Say good morning.
It's still the same
no,
goddamn greeting.
The good is what makes it so much sweeter.
Hang on. So you think that if somebody is walking into you walk into a store and you think if somebody says to you morning, that they're telling you that it's morning?
Yes.
That's what you think.
I believe.
Yeah, okay. I think I just squashed your argument.
I think it stinks. That's what I think.
Fine, you can think it stinks, but I'm just saying it's obviously still a greeting.
But it's a shit greeting. All right?
Okay,
it's a
so
garbage greeting.
Anyway.
And I think that if you shouldn't just say the word good. It's so sweet to throw that out to the people you like or anybody.
Everyone should know also, now that I know this about Kunal, I actively go out of my way to not say good night or good morning if we're texting. I will put G and then I'll put _ D and then night or whatever. It's very amusing to
I
me.
know. It's good to see that you're a degenerate and let people know that you are as such.
Yes. Anyway.
But I'm just saying, asking for a hug before you go to bed
all right,
is
come
wild.
on. I don't think so, because I think taking it into context, it sounds like, first of all, both of these people, very tired.
Very tired. That's
long
agreeable.
shifts.
100%.
Okay?
100%.
She did 9 hours. He did 15.
Yeah.
You know, he's tired. She's tired. Whatever. I think after, because honestly, sometimes you do want a hug. Maybe this was just a day where she wanted a hug, and I don't think she should be faulted for that.
I think, listen, the hug should come as soon as you get in the door. I'm not a pre, like, when you come in, hug, that's fine. Before you go to bed, hug, what are we doing? I'm getting in the same bed as you.
Yeah, but if he's not coming in until later, I could see it. Well, because also I'm very much the type of person where when I was living with somebody, like, I come in, I don't want somebody all up in my shit. I need time to decompress.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want somebody in my face.
Fine.
Get out of here.
Whatever. That's
enough.
okay, but it's like, this is the thing.
What?
You screwed up dinner. You botched dinner.
So that means she doesn't get a hug?
She doesn't get a hug if you botched dinner. You know, back in the day, women got a lot worse for botching dinner. If we're going to be real about it, if we're going to take a second, Dara, as somebody who's watched it firsthand growing up, I had front row tickets to what a botched dinner got you. And let me tell you what, it never turned out to be hugs. Okay, it turned out to be cleaning plate pieces off a wall.
God.
All right. So
that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. It's crazy to be like, I screwed up dinner and now I'm expecting hugs and kisses out here.
Okay, but realistically, since we're not talking about supporting abusive relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we're in the modern era, gross.
Okay.
I will say this though. I think that people have their way to decompress.
Yeah.
They have their way to decompress.
And this guy's video games.
And there's his video games.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to understand something. When a person is into something like this, man, there's something so beautiful about, like, I don't play many video games.
Yeah.
I play occasional ones. I'm like big on Zelda, occasional ones here and there. But when I'm in it, when I'm really in it, I consider myself a fair weather video game fan.
Right.
Not even heavy. But when you're in it, and even if it's chopping wood, let me be in it.
You know what? The thing, I hate to agree.
Yeah.
Because I did date.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, no, I hate to agree, because I've dated guys who are like, not gamers by any stretch, but they have their moments with games.
Right.
Like, I mean, the one that I lived with, he played Call of Duty pretty often with his friends, and I didn't really care. It was kind of like our nights to be, because it was also during COVID. So it was like, I would watch my garbage reality TV in the other room. He would do his thing. It's like, I don't care as long as you're making up for it in other, quality time ways or whatever.
Have you ever encountered that situation where you're going to bed?
But so, yes. So I will say, for me, and again, I'm also not like the overly, like, I'm affectionate, but I'm not overly affectionate. Okay. So like, I am the type where I'm just like, I'm good with like a kiss to go to bed. I don't need a hug.
Right.
I'm just saying though, I'm not going to fault somebody who wants one, you know. But if she wants one, then great. It wouldn't be me.
Right.
But I've done that where it's like a very quick peck because they're so like into the game. But I'll be honest, there were some times where it was annoying. And I have also dated guys where they kind of let it take over their lives in some ways.
What do you mean?
So I dated a guy in college, I think it was, and this was World of Warcraft. I don't know if you've ever. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so you're
World
familiar.
of Warcraft was crazy.
So yeah. Oh, and did you ever see the South Park episode?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you have to. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And so on point. As somebody who lived through this trauma, I can say it's accurate. But yeah.
Trauma.
I mean, we almost broke up over this fucking
Well,
game.
I mean, you broke up anyway.
Yeah, but it was much later and it was not over a video game.
Right.
But anyway, so he got this game and he was a hard worker, great guy, nice guy, whatever. But this, like, he would play for like hours on end, stay up all night, and then be dragging ass the next day, and then be just tired, you know, by the time he got to me. And it's just like, well, you have the power to fix this. You could just play for 3 hours instead of 7.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fights.
It's difficult when you're
in it.
Well, how old are you then? Like early 20s?
Early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s is the self-restraint and discipline are very hard to come by.
Sure.
Unless you've developed them like early on. But it's
Right.
like, I get that. But yeah, it can be a real. I mean, I've seen video games tear apart relationships
That's what I'm
in their
saying.
30s.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a tough situation. So I
Yeah.
think that, and that kind of leads to both of our benefiting both sides of us, right? Because you're saying that it leads to problems, and I'm saying it leads to problems too. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like you got to kind of pick your battles here. Like you're sitting here asking for a hug. This man's got wood to chop. Okay?
Right.
He put 15 and a half hours today, and now he's got to build or take down a forest.
Yeah, I mean, or whatever this game is.
Whatever
'cause
nonsense.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know what
Do
it is.
you?
No,
Okay.
I have no clue.
I have no
yeah,
idea.
and it's just like, that's the thing about some of these people. They get really caught up into it. Do I think, I don't know. I think that in some ways, is she being unreasonable?
I don't think so. I don't.
I think I don't know. It's just
This to
like,
me feels like gaslighting. The fact that she was even sitting there asking Reddit if she's being unreasonable and being ridiculous for wanting that is, I feel like, classic gaslighting by a guy.
I mean, he said that just give me 2 seconds, like to press
Yeah,
a
but
button
come
behind
on,
her back.
dude.
Is that awful to press a button? Like
No,
somebody's
not
hugging
necessarily,
you,
but-
he pushes a button behind your back. Is that really bad?
I think, look, she wanted attention and the attention was not there. And also the way that these people decompress is clearly very different. She wanted attention and comfort from the man she's dating.
Yeah.
He wanted attention and comfort from a video game.
Sure,
At the
yeah.
end of the day, that's what it was.
Right.
And I think that that's where like the disconnect is. So for her, him pressing that button even for 1 second is like enough to make the whole thing crumble.
Yeah.
And
I get that, but it's like,
and on his end, I just think that he was gaslighting by making it like she's making it this huge deal. And it's like, but you
don't think that she's making a bit of a big deal out of this?
I think they both are.
You think they both?
I think they both
okay.
are.
Yeah, I could see that
They're both being like, again, they're both tired.
Yes.
They're dealing with a lot. They're stressed out.
Fighting tired is the worst kind of fights.
Exactly. Pick your battles and pick the moments to, they always say don't fight before or don't go to bed angry.
Yeah,
it's like same kind of thing. Like don't.
Well,
do
I always
that.
said the angry one doesn't go to bed.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So they just wait there.
Exactly.
Staring at you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would snore and my girl would be real angry.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's a combination of just a perfect storm of like emotions and being tired, and then both of them I think overreacting because I'm not saying I agree with her, but I don't necessarily agree with him either. It's a fucking video game. Like, I'm sorry.
I think if she really wanted his attention, she should have dressed like one of the video game characters.
Okay, but it's funny, and I know you're joking.
Yeah.
But like, imagine you did that, and then the guy just was like not into it. That
I'm
would
gonna
be
tell you,
so much
at that
worse.
point, you pick up this system,
Yeah.
and you throw that shit out the window. If a girl that I'm with dresses up like a video game character for the sake of getting my attention, I'm telling you right now, you put a ring on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so good.
But I don't know. I feel like some guys really
Yeah.
into the video game. I don't know that they would stop.
Yeah, that's so nuts. Like,
I don't know.
I got, for a birthday gift, a friend of mine did this for me where she had the woman who voices Zelda call me.
Oh my God. Like
And
Cameo?
Like left me, not call me, like left me a voice note.
Oh, that's funny.
And sent it to my friend who sent it to me.
Yep.
And it made, like, I was shaking.
That's an amazing gift.
I was shaking.
Yeah.
Hand in phone shaking. And it's like, that is so dope. And that's something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess, yeah, that's a sweet ass gesture. But I think that in a situation like this, both people are looking for comfort in places. And it's like, it makes me wonder, because he's found something he is able to find comfort in, you think that maybe she needs to seek something that she can find comfort in as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's something, like I was saying before with my ex, he would play Call of Duty and I would be in the bedroom watching the trash reality stuff that I know he doesn't like.
So maybe she needs
a little bit of a hobby.
Yeah, right?
But I also don't think, because like on the flip side, it's like saying that instead of wanting a hug and kiss from your partner before bed, you should get a hobby. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
On second thought, as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, when it's apples and oranges.
Yes.
I think you're right that she probably could use one anyway.
Right.
But she's still not wrong for wanting that and asking for it.
You're right. I will.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're being logical about this, and I really don't want to agree with you. All right, but it's like irritating me to agree with you. But but you're right. You are right. It's not much of a situation here.
Right.
I think that flipping out on her is a little excessive.
Yes.
Agreed. Like the 2-second button pressing.
Right.
I get her being mad about that. I get it.
Right.
But at the same, yeah.
But that's an overreaction too. I think they were both overreacting.
Man, being tired and fighting. It should never be don't go to bed angry. It should be don't fight.
Don't fight when you're tired.
Don't fight when you're tired.
And don't fight when you're already in like today, for instance, if I was in a relationship, I would do everything I can to not get into a fight with my partner because I know I'm already in a shit mood.
Right.
I think that's
I do
important.
a really good, if I'm stressed,
Yeah.
like like I said, I'll eat. I remember one time I came home and my girl was like leaving, and I had like a Thai curry and a Kit Kat and a can of soda. I know, it was whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Let me live. And she saw me walk into the apartment, and she just looked at those items, and she goes, "I'll let you be."
Oh, that's love right there.
And that could not have been any clearer of like understanding where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good though.
To see someone about to eat Thai curry and then Kit Kats, insane. And then go, you know what? Let them be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that means somebody cares and they know you.
Right.
You know.
So then can't the same thing be said about, it just really becomes like two things sort of slamming into each other.
I was going to say, if you're gonna say what I think you were gonna say is like whose needs come first in that situation. And I don't know that you can really make that argument because you can say like, oh, by him being on the video game for that long, you can tell he needs his time to decompress and to do his own thing. But it's also like, what if she needs a little bit of something from him in order to feel better about her day? So it's like you can't because then it's a pissing contest of whose needs matter more.
Right. And I think also the other thing is that I'm thinking about what you said. And I think that he's sort of fortunate.
Yeah.
That he has a video game system that he can find comfort in.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that.
Well, I mean,
so
not that we know of.
Let's look at the flip side, right? Yeah, that we know of, right? Let's just assume she doesn't, right? But it's like, how you said, oh, well, you have your trash TV. And I was looking at like, oh, why doesn't she get a hobby? Right. Realistically, it's like, well, this woman doesn't have one, so she should be penalized as a result of it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that in this situation, it's sort of, this woman's looking at you for comfort.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty sweet deal.
Right.
It's
not easy to find that. Trust me.
For someone to look at you and be like, you're my safe space.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so cute.
That is sweet.
Aw.
Yeah, this guy. I hope this guy's system burns down to the ground. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit differently about this whole situation.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what do you want at the end of the day? You want the video game or you want a relationship with somebody that you love and hopefully loves you enough that they want a hug and kiss from you to go to bed.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think I would ever switch my opinion on this.
Neither did I. I'm proud of myself, though.
Right. Yeah, I think that like this, dude, you have these video games. You're lucky to have these video games.
Yeah.
But you know what you're even luckier to have? Someone who's like going, I look at you for comfort.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's a sweet gesture.
I agree.
Yeah, man, I hope this system burns to the ground. I hope your woods
I hope your tree falls down. Oh,
yeah,
wait, isn't that
on
what it's
your. I
supposed
falls
to
the
do?
tree. I hope the tree falls on you.
Yeah, there you go.
In
That's
your
what I
in the
hope.
video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. You want to get into some
I mean,
evaluating?
I guess we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Did I ask? Did you ever have a video game that you got like super hooked into outside of like Zelda? Like, did you do the World of Warcraft thing? Were you one of those?
I didn't. I played a little bit. I didn't really
Okay.
get too into it.
What's your longest like hour run for like playing video games? How many hours would you say
At
one time?
and one time, the
Yeah.
amount of hours I've played video games in one go, probably 12.
Are you serious?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
12?
12. 100%.
Oh, I did not think that at all.
No, yeah.
My brother, I think, did like 7 hours once when like I'm going back into like Mega Man and Metroid days.
Sure.
But it was like 7 hours, and I thought that was fucking insane.
No,
I think
no.
mine was like 3 hours.
No. Yeah, I mean, you're
That's
talking
crazy.
when Zelda
12?
comes out, it's a different beast. Like it's
insane.
The first weekend the game came out, Dina went to Philly
Yeah.
for a wedding.
Okay.
And this was, I mean, shout outs to the guys that got married.
Yeah.
Because I was invited, and then they decided to make the wedding smaller.
Oh, right.
And
You
they
told me
asked
about
all
this.
the guests if they would be okay dropping some of their plus ones.
Oh, okay.
And Dina was like, he would be thrilled. And the first weekend of 72 hours, I might have played
God.
56 of them.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Don't you feel though like I remember because I used to be into video games and I still have like an emulator with like all the old games
Sure,
and
yeah.
stuff because I never was really big on like once things got into like 3D,
Right.
I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
2D is pretty solid.
I love 2D.
2D is pretty solid.
2D is amazing. So
Yeah.
whatever. But when I used to play a lot, and I'm talking like 2 maybe 3 hours, my brain would feel like it was scrambled.
Oh.
So to me, I'm just like, how can you play that long?
Absolutely.
And not feel like a giant piece of shit and brain dead?
I'm not saying I didn't.
Okay.
I felt like absolute garbage.
So it didn't make you feel alive.
No, not at all.
Got
I
it.
felt horrible. Physically, I
That's what I mean.
yeah, no, it was a terrible
It's
idea.
taxing. Well, that's what you have to watch the episode of South Park for World of Warcraft. They get fat. They get like their pimples. I mean, like it's definitely very mean to gamers and very stereotypical, I guess, or whatever. But
I was in a disgusting place.
Yeah.
I had to pull myself back.
That was my boyfriend in college with
Right.
World of Warcraft. He was in shape. He was like good looking. Things were starting to fall off. I'm telling you, it was crazy.
And I know that this was happening, and
Yeah.
I fully had planned on it.
Yeah, that's insane.
And the thing is, Dina knew this was going to happen. And I told her this is just what it's going to be because I'd allotted the time to do it. And then after that first weekend, because of discipline, I said to myself, if I get all my tasks done,
Right.
I'll give myself 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like the adult
The
approach.
adult way to do it. But that first 3 days when that new Zelda dropped, I was disgusting.
Interesting.
Heinous behavior.
I'm wondering if there's anything that girls have that can compare to this, but I don't know that
The day they find something that women can get themselves like this
really wrapped up
wildly
in.
into, it would be $1 trillion company.
Right, but I don't think there is anything.
I don't
right?
think so. Maybe annoying men. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't.
Yeah, I don't think there is anything though.
Is there anything that you've done for an absurd stretch of time?
No. Nothing that like would be considered like
What's the longest binge you've done for these
like
trash
TV?
These trash
Oh, I
shows?
mean, I've definitely had morning to night situations for
Sure.
TV. Absolutely.
Okay.
But not even so much reality shows like Gossip Girl.
Okay.
Like I remember when I first discovered Gossip Girl and I watched the first couple seasons, I swear I was in bed all day and
Real-
night.
okay.
I ordered Seamless like twice in one day. I never do that.
Yeah, that's
It was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
was like, well, I got nothing else to do.
I would leave the house because I had to walk the dog.
Oh yeah, no.
But I would pick up food on the way out.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
maximizing my time because I had to get back to the video game.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything like that I have.
You've
that
done
could-
like a 12-hour TV binge?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't stop for meals, but like,
Right.
yeah,
That's the same
absolutely.
thing then. It's the same thing. Yeah.
I guess so, but at the same time, it's different because a TV show, especially now, you can pause it.
Right.
And that wouldn't really take me out of it. Whereas I feel like with video games, you can't do that, or it's more that guys make you believe that you can't do that. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's that.
Is
It's that. Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm going to go ahead and assume that save state exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I know what save state is.
Yeah, there's rarely are unless you're playing those cooperative games that are real time, like
Yes.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
But if you're like in a role playing game and you can pause anytime.
See?
You can beat the last boss and pause.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
See?
But the problem is it's when it has its hooks in you.
Sure.
Come on.
I guess
Last
that's
5
the thing.
minutes of a reality show? Come on, girl. You
Yeah,
know
but
you're falling.
I know.
Yeah.
I guess I sort of agree, but I still think it's different. I still think I'd be okay with like pausing it. I mean, my mom is still so into old school TV that she will do that thing where, and people who are listening can't see, but like if you're me, let's say, and you're talking to me and she's like really into watching something, she'll be like, yeah. Yeah, she'll turn her head towards me, but her eyes will be glued to the TV, and she does it, and I'm just like, why am I even bothering with this? You know what I mean? I'm like, you can pause it.
Yes,
you can actually pause it. But
yeah,
anyway.
you ever be on the phone with somebody and you can tell they're doing something?
Yes, all the time,
Yeah.
and I hate it.
It's the worst.
The worst.
What
Anyway.
sucks is when you have friends and people in relationships, whatever the case, because they know you better, they can tell immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, what do you
Like it's the people that are closest to you can tell immediately when you're doing something.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Of
irritates the
course.
shit out of me because I'm like I'll be doing something and then a friend of mine will be like, "You're doing something." And I go,
yeah.
And then you feel so irritated when you're caught.
I'm pretty sure I've done that too because
Yeah.
I'm also sensitive to noises. So
Yeah.
God help me, my mom will always call me at the exact moment that she decides to heat up her stupid coffee, and I hear beep. Beep, beep. And I'm like, can you do this before you call me? I hate it.
I was once messing with the microwave while talking to you,
Yes.
and you lost your cool.
I hate it.
So quick.
I'm ADD. I get distracted very
Right.
easily. If it also sucks when it's like on calls and stuff. If there are people doing and I can't yell at those people because they're like work clients and stuff.
Right.
But it's so distracting to me.
course.
I literally lose my train of thought. It's very bad. Anyway, I have problems. It's fine.
All right. So shall we
yeah.
get into evaluating?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation, it's like I want to side slightly more with the woman here who wrote in, with the writer. But at the same time, I do also understand that everybody needs their time to themselves and everybody's ways of decompressing are different. If his way of decompressing is with a video game, you have to respect it in the same way that if she had something she liked to do, you know, he would respect that as well. We would hope, right? In a healthy relationship. So it's like, I personally think they were both tired. I think they both overreacted. So I'm kind of going to hit this one with a you both suck.
I am gonna go with he sucks. Yeah.
You did a 180.
I did a full 180.
Full 180.
And this is why. Because you're in a relationship. This is the person you know. This is the person you chose to live with. This is the person you chose to spend your time with. All right? You know them. Okay? That's why you live together. All right? You know that she seeks comfort in you.
Yeah.
And if you know that's part of who she is, then you've accepted that. And in this situation, you've chosen to not accept that for the sake of the things that you enjoy, that you find comfort in. But she's made it clear, because this is the relationship you're in, that she finds comfort in you. So if you can't give her this meager amount of time, because to be honest, it's meager.
I mean, I agree with that.
It's meager.
I do.
And at the end of the day, you can't give her this meager amount of time. Bro, you stink. Like, that's it, man. It's like such a small thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that he sucks.
All right. I will make the only one more argument against that is just that it makes it sound like people aren't allowed to make mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
They are.
Because like I'm sure he appreciates, at least we would hope.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, you got to understand the position that they're coming from. So that's why, to me, I'm like, it's a you both suck because we don't know. If he was an ungrateful piece of shit all the time, then he needs to wake up and realize. But you're not wrong, and I do agree for the most part. But
yeah.
Anyhow. That's about it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
We really danced around this
We
entire
did.
thing.
I did not think you were going to do a 180 on that
I'm
at
going
all.
to be honest, I didn't think so either, but I
Yeah.
just kind of sat there and was like, this is what she finds comfort in.
Yeah.
It's not much.
And it's not that much.
It's not that much.
Yeah,
So
I get
that's
it.
why. Man, I don't know who I'm becoming. I don't know what's happening to me right here. I just
Anyway.
want like a latte and I just want to gab with some ladies, you know?
Basic.
I'm becoming base. Can we throw on some folklore after this? All right.
Well, I think that does it for us. You can find us at You Both Suck Podcast across all the platforms. Submission is in our bio on Instagram, and I am at Dara Pollock.
I'm at All Day KCA.
And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.